There are moments in entertainment that are loud, explosive, impossible to ignore. And then there are the quiet ones, the kind that slip through the cracks, that don't trend immediately, that aren't even noticed until fans rewind, zoom in, and ask themselves, wait, did that really just happen? This is one of those moments. Because in the middle of the chaotic, fiery, sweat-inducing challenge on Hot Ones, a show known for pushing celebrities to their absolute limit, something small, almost invisible, may have revealed something much bigger about the bond between Jimin and Jungkook. And the craziest part? Most people didn't even notice it the first time. So what really happened in that moment? And why are fans now calling it one of the most genuine, heart-melting interactions they've ever seen? Let's go back to the scene. The setup is simple. Two global superstars sit across from the host, plates of increasingly spicy wings lined up in front of them. The rules are brutal. Each wing gets hotter, each question gets deeper, and there's no escape except enduring the burn. At first, everything feels playful. There's laughter, teasing, that familiar chemistry that fans of BTS know all too well, the kind that doesn't feel forced or scripted, but natural, like two people who have spent years growing up side by side. But then the spice starts to hit, not gradually, but suddenly. You can see it in the micro expressions, the slight pause before answering a question, the shift in posture, the quick inhale. That moment when the heat isn't just a challenge anymore, it's overwhelming. And that's where everything changes. Because while the cameras are focused on reactions, on entertainment, on capturing the spicy chaos that the show is famous for, something else seems to be happening just outside the spotlight. Jungkook begins to struggle, not dramatically, not in a way that screams for attention, but subtly. His expression tightens, his breathing shifts. There's that brief hesitation, like he's trying to hold it together, trying to push through. And then there's Jimin. No big gesture, no announcement, no dramatic reaction, just awareness. Isn't that interesting? Out of everything happening in that moment, the cameras, the host, the challenge, the pressure, it seems like Jimin is paying attention to something else entirely, to Jungkook. Fans who rewatched the clip started pointing out a small movement, a subtle action, something that could easily be missed if you blink. Jimin reaches and offers milk. Not as part of the show, not prompted, not exaggerated, just naturally, almost instinctively. And that raises a question that fans can't stop asking. Was this planned, or was it pure instinct? Because if it was instinct, then what does that say about their relationship? Think about it. In high-pressure situations, people don't usually think, they react. Their true priorities show. Their attention shifts to what matters most to them in that exact second. So in that moment, while millions are watching, while the focus is supposed to be on the challenge, why does Jimin's attention shift to Jungkook's comfort? Why does he notice something that the cameras almost miss? And maybe even more importantly, how many times has this happened before when no one was watching? This is where the conversation becomes deeper than just a cute moment. Because what fans are really seeing here isn't just an interaction, it's a pattern. Over the years, there have been countless small gestures between Jimin and Jungkook, moments that don't make headlines, moments that aren't staged, moments that feel real. A hand on the shoulder, a quick glance to check in, a quiet laugh shared between chaos. And now, this, a simple act, offering milk during a spicy challenge. But when you strip away the surface, it becomes something entirely different. It becomes a reflection of care, and not the kind of care that demands attention, the kind that happens quietly, the kind that people don't perform, but live. So why are fans reacting so strongly to this moment? Why is such a small moment creating such a big emotional response? Because in a world of scripted content, of curated interactions, of moments designed to go viral, authenticity stands out. And this didn't feel staged. It didn't feel like something meant for the cameras. In fact, it felt like the opposite. It felt like something the cameras weren't supposed to catch. And maybe that's exactly why it matters. There's something powerful about moments that slip through unnoticed. They feel honest, unfiltered, real in a way that polished content rarely is. And fans, especially longtime fans, can sense that. They've watched Jimin and Jungkook grow over the years, from trainees to global icons, from teenagers to adults navigating one of the most intense industries in the world. So when they see a moment like this, they don't just see a reaction, they see history. They see years of shared experiences, of trust built over time, of understanding that doesn't need words. Because let's be honest, that moment didn't need an explanation. There was no dialogue, no dramatic music, no highlight reel. Just a glance, a movement, a quiet gesture, and somehow that said everything. But here's where things get even more interesting. Not everyone noticed it right away. It took time. Clips started circulating, fans began analyzing, slowing down footage, pointing out details. Did you see this? Wait, go back. Look at Jimin's hand. And suddenly, what was once a hidden moment became a shared discovery. And that's part of what makes fan communities so powerful. They don't just consume content, they explore it, they revisit it, they uncover layers that casual viewers might miss. And in doing so, they create meaning. So now the question shifts again. Was this moment meaningful because of what happened, or because of how fans interpreted it? Maybe it's both, because meaning isn't just created by actions, it's shaped by perception. And fans see intention in that gesture. They see care, they see connection, they see something genuine. But there's also something else worth considering. What does this say about the way we view relationships in the public eye? When we see celebrities interact, we often question authenticity. Is it real? Is it for the cameras? Is it part of an image? But these moments challenge that skepticism. They remind us that even in highly controlled environments, real emotions can slip through. Real connections can't be completely hidden. And sometimes, the smallest gestures reveal the most truth. So maybe the real reason this moment resonates isn't just because of who it involves. It's because it feels familiar. Who hasn't had someone quietly check on them when they were struggling? Who hasn't experienced a moment when someone noticed something others didn't? That kind of care is universal, and seeing it reflected, even in a high-profile setting, feels comforting. It bridges the gap between celebrity and reality, between them and us, and that's powerful. Because at the end of the day, beyond the fame, beyond the performances, beyond the global stage, moments like this remind us that they're human too. They feel, they notice, they care, and sometimes that shows up in the simplest ways, like handing someone a glass of milk when the heat becomes too much. So now, let's go back to the title. Did the cameras miss this? Maybe they almost did, but fans didn't. And now that it's been seen, analyzed, shared, and discussed, it's become something bigger than just a fleeting moment. It's become a story, a reminder, a glimpse into something real. And maybe that's why it continues to spread, because people aren't just watching it, they're feeling it. But what do you think? Was this just a small, natural reaction in the moment, or was it something deeper, a reflection of a bond that goes beyond what we usually see on screen? Did the cameras really miss it, or did they capture exactly what they weren't supposed to? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoy uncovering hidden moments like this, the ones that reveal the real stories behind the scenes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one. Because sometimes the most powerful moments aren't the loudest ones, they're the ones you almost didn't see.